Hmm. Wow, you guys are quick on Instagram. The guys on Restream haven't even. Yeah, not even one person's here. Wow, cool, man. Hey, Maddie G, Lisa G, Daz, Psychic Dreaming, nice. Tara Pia Tolden, Yosef Haber. You'll let me in. Gabrielle Wolf, alias Lupo, joined. Hey, Gabrielle Wolf. Kieran Frankel Faherty from New Zealand. Gypsy D. Sandris joined. Cool. Joseph De Haber. De Haher. De Haher. Nice. Onwed from Texas. Cool. Hey, Jilly, what's going on? My buddy. MSVT. Yeah, thanks. By the way, Jill, thanks for like opening my eyes about the situation with the camera. I think that's really the way to go in the long run. Now, I'm really red on this camera, but I'm really blue on the other camera. But I guess that's just the nature of the beast. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. What's going on, everybody? Shalom, shalomi, shalom, shalom. Hey, Carmen, let's rock, yeah, man. Julie, Renita. Wow, you guys, Starseed from Key West, from Sedona, man. Ellie Meister, yeah, man. Sedona, Miss Erica, I didn't know you were in Sedona. I tried to rent a place in Sedona. I wanted to go out to Sedona. Talked to a lady. She's like, no, I don't think you're for this place. Yeah. I was like, okay, it's God talking through her, man. Maybe I'm not tranquil enough for Sedona. Anyway, it was a nice try, right? I was telling the lady, well, I got this YouTube channel. She's like, nah, I don't know. And she looked at the channel. She's like, sorry, you don't cut the grade, man. Say Wisconsin. Yeah, man. I just got a load of garlic, of organic long neck garlic from Wisconsin. And I ate some Wisconsin ginseng this morning for breakfast. A little ginseng for breakfast. It's a manly kind of breakfast. It was a busy day today. Yes, it was a busy day. It was a beautiful day, and I just want to share some of the wonders that I found. I forced myself to leave the apartment, and I found this, which I think is really exquisite. I mean, the red in this thing is really beautiful. Look at that red. It doesn't look natural, right? It looks like somebody drew on it. It's so pretty. And then I found a, sometimes I don't find anything. And today I got all kinds of, I don't know if you can see this. That's not a good way to hold it. I don't know how to hold this up like this, but all kinds of nice sea glass. I mean, I got a whole little bag of it. I was only out there for like an hour and a half. And first I didn't find really any. And then I said, how can you not find sea glass in like I'm getting to know like the formations where you can find stuff. The scallops, right? Scallops, and awesome little treasures. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's such it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be worth zillions of dollars. I mean, sea glass is probably worthless, but it's for me. It's a lot of fun. Smash the like button, yeah. So I think a lot's happening now. I mean, I just feel it. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but we're just at a point in this game that it's you know you could cut it with a knife. I mean, you could just feel the air is like it's like brick. So So they're trying to make a big deal. They're trying to make some like, false flags and all the gun thing. And meanwhile, the banks are like completely in free fall, man. I mean, and they're talking about this Operation Sandman. If my friend Sandhouse is listening, I mean, we got a lot of sandy things here, man. A lot of sandy, a lot of sandy, but sandy, Sandman. The Sandman means that the sea glass, yeah, kitchen counters with seashells and sea glass. That's so beautiful. That's really nice. UFOs run amok, yeah. But they're running themselves out. They're running out the clock. Gosh, I look so red over here. And you guys can't really see out the window because I can't mess with the ISO the way I can with the other camera. But yeah, I love the sea glass. Yeah, I don't know if I found any really unusual. I don't think I found. I think I found one. I think one that looked very kind of interesting to me. Yeah, something like this is pretty. This is pretty cool. This is a bottom, like a bottle bottom, but it's been pretty well weathered, and still has some kind of little star on the bottom, a 5-pointed star, and it's kind of pretty, I like I like it when they're all beat up. I got some ones that are like sort of questionable, like they're not so the sand is still on it, so it's still they're questionable in that they're kind of not really as beaten up as they should be. I mean, this is a gorgeous color, right? These are the ones I really like. They're completely opaque. I mean, you can't see them through at all, but they have that wonderful glowing. It's like a glowing green color. The sand is still on them, but you can see that they're just little jewels, just something to do, just something to get me out of the house. Anyway, yeah, I'm the kind of person I always have to have a purpose. If I like, if somebody said just go out and go for a walk and enjoy yourself, I'd be like, I don't know how to do that. It's like, I mean, what do you mean? What is that? Um, yeah, it's really beautiful. I've been off work for a week on the mend. Yeah, just exhausted. Went to work yesterday and had zero energy afterwards. Yeah, I'm sorry, Julia. I hope your health improves, please God. Like a sand dollar. Yeah, shoes are actually the currency of life, the real currency of life, right? You've been working so hard for so many things for the videos. Yeah, no, it's I do it for all of us and for me. It's good for me. I see a lot of banks expanding. I see a lot of banks expanding, grocery stores expanding. I'm not sure what that means. Meanwhile, this is my third month not finding a job. Oh, expanding. Interesting. And you're not finding a job. Wow. Come with us, man. Sell some ASEA, get some LifeWave. Neti pot for sinus infection. Yeah, you guys have been talking about that. Say you can find these are so pretty. I live in Arkansas. We have a diamond mine. And since all the rain, they say you can find diamonds. That's so cool. Good evening. Hey, Tony. I was a horse warmer. I beat it all quicker. I beat it much quicker overall. Uh-huh. I can't do neti pots. I don't know what neti pots are. But I'm not sure I want to find out either. They will fill the stores with robots. Yeah. All right. So let's get to some this juicy intel. I think there's some pretty interesting things coming out, and I'm sorry. Please God, you should have a bracha, hatzlaka to find a job. Yeah. Murfreesboro, Arkansas. I know Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I used to live there, but don't do them. Do no, don't do them, Ellie. Okay, always get from the. The multiverse, there's gold in the streets if you just look to see it. Yeah, man. I neti pots are kind of nasal. Yeah, that's what I could kind of get that that sense. That's why I didn't really want to know what they were. Um, yeah. All right, so let's venture forth, shall we, into the world, because I think the way it looks to me from the intel I'm reading that we're heading for this has got to play out, man. This cannot be just this cannot come on Pesach. This is not a Pesach kind of thing. This cannot come where all of a sudden, the military comes out, and this has to really, I think this really has to go to the finish line. And I think that's kind of what they're hinting at here. It's got to go to remember the 5th of November. I think, I mean, okay, so you guys tell me what you think. Let's go up. Oh, let me see here. Okay, this goes here. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna just put on my. Let's see, do we have enough power? We have power. Put on my humidifier. I'm gonna plug in the phone because I don't think we have enough juice to get us through a whole session here. So I don't want to let my newfound friends from Instagram down. All right, Jill. Thanks for encouraging me also about the Telecaster, man. Because I would really like to have one. I just, I'm really falling in love with playing guitar again. It's just so much fun. It really makes, that's, I have to thank you guys for that, because to have somebody that actually listens to you makes it worth doing. Otherwise, it's just, it's not really as much fun. Saturday's first calendar starts a new year. Earth, nothing can stop what's coming. It could be that way. It could come like that. Is April 1st? Yeah, I mean that's what they've been saying. I personally, I don't see it. I don't think it's going to go down like that. Let me just share the intel, and you'll tell me what you think. Let's go to the end of this. Well, should I check? Let me just see if there's anything new from White Hats. It always makes if they come up with something new, it's always interesting. I'm seeing a lot of old material. No, it's the same old thing. Okay, so here we go. Today we're sending Representative Matt Gaetz. Today we're sending a clear message to JB. There will be no increase in the debt limit without significant spending cuts. See, they're going to play this, man. They're going to play this out. This whole thing has got to be played out. This is all a game. This is all a show. But it's got to be played out this way, I think. Entering the next phase. Okay, so what's this about? Let me just see this picture. It's a picture of that is one funny picture. I wish I could pin this because it's just hilarious. It's a picture of Mr. T at a desk with all these pictures around him of Mr. T, and in the kind of like faces that the libs hate. He's so arrogant. He's really so arrogant. I'm like, I mean, you're talking about the leader of the world's personality. I mean, who cares? He's so arrogant. I mean, God bless him for being arrogant. I mean, how else could he put up with all this nonsense? He's not. I don't think he's really arrogant. I think that's just a show. I mean, my lib friends are like, "Oh, I just don't like his personality." I'm like, you know, it's like saying you don't like the villain in the movie. I mean, it's a guy playing a part. Salt water. Drink it with some sea salt in it. Interesting. Good evening from Fort Pierce. All right. I also use a decongestant. Wow, that's so great. I'm so glad you like my songs. I mean, you got to understand. I mean, think, from like my sort of like point of view, it's like the language of the heart. I wrote that. probably wrote that in around like 1995. So that's how many years? That's like, it was a while ago, at least, so almost like 30 years ago. And I sort of knew that that there would be a time when that song would really be important in some way. And I think they are. I don't know why they don't get any attention from the Patriots. They don't seem to notice that I have songs. They keep telling, write a song, but I guess my songs don't really count for them. I don't know why that is, but yeah, the EBS Blues, yeah. They loved Trump before he ran. Yeah, they used to like him. Language of the heart. Yeah, it's really like I mean, a really good song you can't take credit for. You can't say like I wrote that. I mean, it's like I didn't write that. It just fell into my lap. It's not like, oh, like that line, love is a river, fear is a stone that I skip across the water on my gentle journey home. I didn't write that. It just came from above. I mean, I don't have the capability to think of something that pretty. And that's really, at the end of the day, it's not about really looking and finding God. It's at the end of the day, it's about just getting out of the way because God's already here. It's just that we have to just get out of our own way and just stop being, so worried and, you know, I mean, I hate to use the word ego, but you just get it's really effortless. I think that when you come down to it, it's just like all it means is that you stop looking for God, and then God starts looking for you. You're really I think there's a point in this evolution of consciousness where you're like you could become so one with God that you're like, "Oh, well, what happened to me? Where am I? It's like, so you might start hunting for you might be on a hunt to find godliness, and then at the end of it, it turns around and you're going to be hunting to find yourself. It's like, where did I go? So that's like we're singing it together. How beautiful, man. Yeah, when the time is right. Yeah, too proud of their accomplishments. Yeah. It does. This time of year is probably some kind of allergy. Yeah, yeah, this could be allergy season coming up. Billy Bean, crash of dollar very soon. Yes, Billy Bean is one of my like. I got the hots for Billy, man. I just like. There's something about her that's just so. You know, I don't know. I have to be honest. I can't. She's like my age, right? I mean, probably a little younger. And I saw Mio and and I know what we have to do next. Yeah, Mio can really do my songs better than I really consider myself a songwriter. I don't really consider myself a singer, guitar player. I mean, in Nashville, like I hung out in Nashville for a long time, and songwriters are no, some of the most successful songwriters can barely play guitar. It's it's just they're creative and they can create things, or they can get out of the way and let creation fall into them. All right, so if Hadass is here, I better get serious. I'm sorry, Hadass. I'm falling on the job here. What's this? Okay, so on one particular session about Sussman, why Mr. Sussman, a private citizen, had a special badge to get him into the FBI and Department of Justice, and if there are other people who have special badges. 328. Durham report should be finished relatively soon. 328. Is this year? Yeah. This is March 28th at 3 p.m. 2023. It says Garland on The particular question about Sussman, I think we have to wait until Mr. Durham finishes his report, which should be relatively soon. I certainly do not want to interfere with him in any way, and he is the one who would know the answer to that. On the more general question, I can certainly ask my team to look into how lawyers have special badges. Sussman, who is Sussman? I forgot. I forget where Sussman goes into this. The Russ Hatfield thing on YouTube. Yeah, Hatfield thing. Roofing Silver is still a very good national company. Wow. Royal Roofing. Hmm. Change your title? What's my title? Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Right. What is, yeah, that's not my title. My title is, um, thank you. That's why we're not getting the huge outpouring of people. He was Clinton's lawyer, right? Okay, thank you. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, you forgot also? Okay, I forgot. Yeah, I knew there have been so many weird players coming in and out of this drama. Title is king. Yeah, man. Sussman was an attorney. Irwin. Huge, yeah? Irwin. It's huge. Yeah, the title, you're saying the title is huge? Okay, so let's keep going. Wouldn't mind some Durham action, would we? No, it'd be okay with me. It's fine with me. Matt Gates, we're sending a clear message. Okay, here we go. Bad source of dopamine. Porn, alcohol, junk food, gambling, excessive screen time. Good source of dopamine. Music, sunlight, prayer, meditation, working out, cold showers. Learn the difference. Okay. Entertaining the next phase. That's Mr. T at his desk. And that I think is really what is the next phase. 86 of March, 28 deltas. I mean, maybe they will turn it around. I don't know. It just seems like they're all saying losing their system. Deep state is losing their system, pushing chaos, no war, no civil unrest, clean and swift. Save yourself during blackout day with a life saving gadget. This is use promo code. Okay, so what is this about? Life-saving gadget. Get the light bug today for 66. 8. Turn sunlight into electric power. Okay, yeah, man. Okay. Whatever. Let's skip this. All right. Now, it has begun, Patriots. Propose an economic solution, moves and counter moves. Record night vision in 4K. These binoculars, click here. Okay, so they're doing these kind of like advertisements. Just in, internet connectivity disrupted in Portland, Oregon on Comcast Infinity after an RV caught fire and damaged overhead fiber lines. Okay, interesting. Some barges are stuck in the McAlpine Dam. Some barges. One containing 1,400 tons of methanol loose on the Ohio River near Louisville. That's kind of a drag, right? Now, this is why I think he says the JB banking crisis is a disaster. This is Mr. T. Mar-a-Lago. President T released a new video exposing the BJ banking crisis that has led to total economic destruction after being handed the fastest growing economy in history. JB's out of control inflation and devastating interest rates, along with spending trillions of dollars waging war on American energy while pursuing socialist programs like the Green New Deal, have hurt American families and put their children's future in jeopardy. JB and the radical Dem single-handedly created the highest inflation rate in decades. They spent trillions waging war on American energy and pursued the socialist joke known as the Green New Deal, an absolute disaster for our country. Now the inflation and high interest rates that JB caused have resulted in the JB banking crisis, a disaster of historic proportions. This is the key here. I will reverse the JB tax hikes and regulation hikes and return to a pro jobs, pro growth, pro worker policy that puts America first. So, this is an indication to me that the white hats have our back. The white hats have it all under control. My brother-in-law had said he put his Ritz. Ugh, he's not clueless. Oh, on purpose. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for the potato sticks, by the way, man. I got to gobble some down. I'm getting to that point. I couldn't get to I'm moving money around because I'm trying to get ready to pay off my guys in Nepal. I'm trying to move some money around. These banksters, they're not. It's no excuse for this. I'm taking bank from one thing to another, and they take days with it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, what? Why are they doing this? Oh, it's banking policy. I'm like, that's not a reason. It's there's just no. They're just ridiculous. Anyway, whatever. Okay, here we go. So Vincent Kennedy. Not buying it, distract, distract, distract. What is the purpose of this of guns? He's saying more separation of state, pro-alphabet, all the above. I got the feeling it's to distract what's happening in our monetary system, and that's where I got the title for today's adventure. That from Vincent Kennedy. That it's a big distraction. I'm such an alcoholic, man. I have to finish every drop of my coffee. Whatever. Okay, here we go. These people are stupid. Never interfere with an enemy while he's just in the process of destroying himself. Do you believe in coincidences? We have the source. The articles point to something about Epstein and Assange. Chess. JA's chessboard is a famous game with a deadly move that is thwarted by the world champ in 1918. This comes on the day of Mr. T's zero tweet marker. Next move on JA's chessboard. Are you ready for this? QF3. Queen to F3. Queen Fox 3. Impressive. Impressive. That says number 17. That is very interesting, but I can't read it. It's just too small. Let me see if I can move it up a little bit. The birth of a deadly martial attack, Casablanca versus Marshall, 1918. Very next move, white queen to F3. Queen Fox 3. And let's see if I can read this post. It says 30, oh gosh, ministers of panic and fear in, I can't read it. Emergency alert, ballistic missile threat. I can't read it. Sorry. Let's see if this has it. No. Okay. So there's the famous chess game, Q3. Now, here's something of interest. Mr. T's timestamp is 6:06. 17 post 7:55. Military intelligence team, post 4481. Only when evil, this is a good one. Only when evil is forced into the light can we defeat it. And that's what's been happening for the last couple of years. They forced it into the light. My lobster's been doing some really interesting things all week. Yeah. Cool, Carson. Only when evil is forced into the light can we defeat it. Only when they can no longer operate in the shadows can people see the truth for themselves. Only when people see the truth for themselves will people understand the true nature of their deception, difficult truths. All caps, look what's happened to the United States of America since I left office. It's not even possible to believe. 970 in simple gematria, post 970, Delta March 28th. Justice will be served to those playing the game. Guns are safe, trust the plan. Done in 30, house cleaning, White House secured, final stage. You know what that means? I don't know exactly. Done in 30. I mean, I could be totally wrong, and they could just come out to like it could be that today's the 28th already? The 28th, yeah. Today's Tuesday, 29th, 30. It could be that on April 1st they're just gonna, you know, I just don't see it. I don't see that this is the point where the military should come forth. I think it has to come in a more organic. It has to be played out. This is a carefully written script. It's not like the White House say, okay, let's have the emergency broadcasting system and be done with it. It's not the way of that this has been going. I mean, they do not rush things. They want to get everything just right. So I think it's going to play out. I feel like I've been a spy these past 3 years with all the comms, codes, and intel. Yes, that's a good one. She worked too. That yeah. Tarot is not good for you spiritually, but I laugh at Kim Coogan. I've researched her. Hey, Vincent. My mom was very funny. I do miss her. Yeah. Dollar crashes. Yeah. Will hit the fan. Yeah. I guess when that happens, that might be enough of a chaos where they could come out. I don't know. It has to unfold naturally with divine intervention. Yeah. I'm kind of with Timothy. I mean, yeah. And the divine intervention, it could be in the way of Purim, like a Purim miracle. In other words, it doesn't have to be, God coming out of the clouds and UFOs appearing on donkeys or whatever. I think it could be, it could be that it plays out the way the Purim miracle played out. My daughter knows that the family is so important, and thank God for family. Yeah, absolutely. April, red October, shut banks and watch the chaos. Yeah, you're right. It could be. They could turn on a dime. And that's, on the other hand, that is about to happen. Operation Sandman says that all the banks in the world are just going to say, we're not accepting your phony currency. And that would be the end of it. Listening from the Appalachian Mountains, nice Facebook user. That's a beautiful place to be. German Jew for my grandmother. Yeah, I'm a German Jew. They call in the Russian Jews call us Yekis because German Jews are like, they arrive on time. They like, I'm kind of like that in some respects, but kind of not. My dad was for sure never, he did not. I don't think he really prided himself. I just remember, they used to go to these dinner parties, and my mother would be all she would get dressed up, and she'd find my father in the garden with his shirt off. It's like, and she'd be like, Jimmy, come on, we got to go. So yeah, he wasn't such a Yeki. I mean, I'm pretty bad about time. I mean, I'm pretty precise. High family and Ellie spirit worker was admitted into the hospital today. Oh, he asked me to say hi to you, and he's receiving good advice from everyone, so keep it up. Okay. Oh my gosh. What something happened, I guess. I hope he's okay. It will be 3 teachers and you are number 2. Okay. No April 1st. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I just don't think so. Arcana Shores, Prayer for Spirit Walker. Yeah. Colorado Springs shooter, identify non binary. Yeah. That's just distraction. They're trying to keep us off the fact that the banks are about to go down. So Operation Sandman, I think it's Kenya. Kenya said we're not taking dollars anymore. That's a big deal. Cajuns, Louisiana. That sounds like an interesting story. Still would like to know how my paternal grandfather came to be adopted by a family of Cajuns in Louisiana. I think Jews are pretty adaptable, you know. I mean, we do what we got to do, and he probably just said, you know, these people are willing to take me in. Let's rock. Yeah, pray for spirit walker. Number 3. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's get back to this. Done in 30. House cleaning. White House secured. Final stage. Okay, final stage. You know what does that mean? It means from now until November. It's not so far, right? We're coming to April, May, June, July, August, September. It's like 6 months, half a year. The Trump against Mr. T was dropped. There's a meme of T dressed up like a policeman that has the prosecutor on the, is arresting him. Oh, what just came out? Let's see. Okay, let's look at this. DJT just retruthed. National Republican primary. Mr. T 52%, DeSantis 26, Pence 7, Haley 5, Cheney 3, T Scott 2, Abbott 1. Okay, so that's that. And below it, it says T unveils 16 key endorsements from Texas leadership team. Unveiled a slew of endorsements from his Texas leadership team ahead of his first 2024 rally on Saturday. So I just think this thing has to play out. It could be. I mean, I could be wrong. March 28th. There's some deltas. There were some posts put out on March 28th. I'm purposely avoiding the Second Amendment right now. I think it's a non-story. So, Lake of Fire. Any politician that even mentions gun control in any form after any tragedy should be tarred and feathered. Okay. Whenever you give the government the power to disarm the mentally ill, you give the government the power to declare all of its critics mentally ill. The difference between a Republican and a libertarian is that Republicans are still authoritarians when it benefits them. Okay. Evelyn Deckhouse tried bravely to save her classmates by pulling the fire alarm at the Covenant Elementary School in Nashville. Oh, and she died trying to pull the alarm to stop the murderer. Oh, going to fire on her friends. Oh, uh, all got the feeling it is to distract what's happening to the monetary system, right? Distract, 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 not buying it. Senator Sinema in Senate Banking Committee hearing March 28th, 2023, to Michael Barr, Vice Chair of the Federal Reserve. When people on Reddit and Twitter can spot banking mismanagement before the regulators, something is terribly wrong. Yeah, I guess so. Bombshell documentary from 2018 exposes the scientific things in the country U. Magnitude 5.4 earthquake in southern Italy. But JB says no White House invitation for Bibi in the near term. Warns Israel cannot continue down this road in the judiciary standoff. Really? Okay, I'm not going to anything with the shooter. It's just too much. Putin could spark territorial free-for-all in Antarctica. Invasion of the country U.S. served to heighten the tensions over Russia's role in Antarctica. All right, I'm going to look. There's a new post that just came out. Remember, the best way to avoid a bank collapse in your area is to be up to date on these things, right? Yeah, the best way to avoid a banking collapse. Yeah, right. Okay. There's a massive underground tunnel in Antarctica. Let me see if I could just see what this is about. No. Oh, Mr. T holds rally in New Jersey as Senate impeachment trial moves into new phase. Senate impeachment trial. This is what's Senate impeachment trial. In hours after his legal team concluded its defense of him in the Senate impeachment trial in Washington. That was in 2020. Updated on January 28, 2020. Okay. Yeah, there's pyramids in Antarctica. The world is watching, united, not divided. Together we win. Where we go one, we go all. Sorry. This is a crazy story. I think I'm going to read it just because it's so interesting. This is President K's speech, April 27th, 1961. I don't know. I mean, anyway, his address to the president of the press, 27th of April, 1961. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate very much your generous invitation to be here tonight. You bear heavy responsibilities these days, and an article I read some time ago reminded me of how particularly heavy the burdens of present day events bear upon your profession. You may remember that in 1851, New York Herald Tribune, under the sponsorship and publishing of Horace Greeley, employed as its London correspondent an obscure journalist by the name of Karl Marx. We are told that foreign correspondent Marx, stone broke, with a family ill and undernourished, constantly appealed to Greeley and managing editor Charles Dana for an increase in his munificent salary of $5 per installment, a salary which he and Engels ungratefully labeled as the lousiest petty bourgeois cheating. But when his financial appeals were refused, Marx looked around and found other means of livelihood and fame, eventually terminating his relationship with the Tribune and devoting his talents full time to the cause that would bequeath to the world the seeds of Leninism, Stalinism, revolution, and the Cold War. 7. It is if only this capitalistic New York newspaper had treated him more kindly, if only Marx had remained a foreign correspondent, history might have been different, and I hope all publishers will bear this lesson in mind the next time they receive a poverty stricken appeal from a small increase in the expense account from an obscure newspaper man. Now, I don't know. I mean, I don't actually buy that because I think that the things I've read about Karl Marx are that he was a deep state plant. He was he was a Mason, and they used him for their benefit. The date of General Flynn's tweet is March 27th. The 17 drop 970 on March 27th says, done in 30, house cleaning, White House secured, final stage. Now, 17 drop 970 date is March 28th today, and it's a 5-year delta. Plus, it includes more info into Parkland is a distraction. Parkland was specifically organized and designed to distract. Actors are acting, fake, no power. Justice will be served on those playing the game. All guns are safe. Trust the plan. Free Flynn. The timestamp of his tweet is 518. 17 drop 518. Big week. This was needed. Be ready. 17 drop 815. Hill's picture with the former sheriff Scott Israel from the Parkland police shooting. I'm not going to get into this. It's too dangerous. Do you believe in coincidence? 30 days from March 27th is April 26th, but the newer 17970 has a date of March 28th plus 30 equals 4/27/23. The exact 62nd year anniversary of JFK's society speech. Okay, so again, I don't know. I don't know. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon to testify under oath in Epstein lawsuit. That's very interesting development. Less than 10 can confirm me. Coincidence, Twitter retweet, coincidence, Twitter keywords, coincidence, pictures, coincidence, meant only for you, God bless. For the first time in history, the United States Federal Reserve has experienced operating losses. This is very important. Project Sandman describes a 100-plus nation agreement that, when triggered, will see those nations simultaneously dump the dollar and abandon the petrodollar. When this decision is triggered, the dollar and all dollar-denominated assets will plunge to near zero literally overnight. So that is imminent, and that could bring, I mean, if you look at that possibility, and again, I agree with my friend Gila. Gila talks about the future being, different timelines. There are different probabilities, different possibilities in the creation of the future. That nothing is really set in stone, but this really indicates that if these 100 nations suddenly dump the dollar, that could trigger an avalanche of chaos, which could lead to the interjection of the military on all levels of martial law. But I don't know. I mean, I don't even understand why it hasn't happened. I think it should have happened a long time ago. It just seems like the dollar is a complete joke. So what's been holding it up? The only thing that's holding it up is just an agreed upon illusion. It says POTUS will be up all night. Pray, watch the news tomorrow. And that's dated April 4th, the night of Passover. Am I right about that? No, it's the 5th. The 5th is the night of Passover. Flawless. Okay, this is a very interesting post. Castle Rock. The event to go down on JB. Okay. Everyone blames JB. Military overturns the election. King T saves the day. Hero. The king steps aside. The opposition charges the king's position. A major event goes down. Fake global war scenario activating all militaries worldwide. In real life, the police and court system rule the land. Nasara Jasara comes in. All judges, police, and lawyers must stand down worldwide. The corrupt ones arrested, the others retrained in constitutional 1776 law. Excuse me. Back to the chessboard. By activating a world war scenario, the king's men, the military, go from being pawns and bishops below to police and becoming kings and queens above. They then mop up the other team. So they're saying that when it happens, the military will become the police, will become the enforcers of the day, and they will arrest any dirty law enforcement officials. Flawless. Planet Earth liberated 1776 when 17 said, do we know what is about to be unleashed? What exactly? All those dog comms, meaning a lot of the D's are going down. Do we know? Do we really understand what's about to be unleashed? No, I don't think so. I mean, I know I don't, but I know that at the end of the day, it's going to be amazing. How it's going to go down, that really depends on the white hats. But I just don't, I don't know. I mean, there could be a crash so colossal that everything has to be turned into martial law, or it could play out. They could wait until, remember the 5th of November. I don't know. Here's a picture of Nasara Jasara. All the rules. Red 1, POTUS Twitter removal. Red 2, Central Communication blackout. Red 3, class movement, Pelosi or Pence. Red 4, movement of military assets, 10th Mountain, 1st Marine, CPSD Marine, QVIR to central locations under the guise of citizen riot control. Red 5, National Military CENTCOM. Red 6, Secretary of Defense instruct 1 USSS Castle Rock. What it means exactly, we'll find out. Those loyal to our constitutional republic and our command structure, those loyal to the office of the president and the will of the people, those who swore an oath to protect and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic, those good people who serve proudly for America, Castle Rock for God and country. Think chess. Do you attack the king in the beginning or middle to end? Queen protects king. 17. Checkmate jet. Think currency and King Charles. That's what I call Jassara, Castle Rock. And here's some pictures of Netanyahu going into self-quarantine, first arrest. This is Netanyahu for you. Israel is last for a reason. Okay, so we are benefiting from one thing, and that is the attack on the Twin Towers and Pentagon and the American struggle in Iraq. Netanyahu said 9/11 was good for Israel. America is the golden calf. And, I don't want to read this because Bibi is, from what I understand, he's deep state. He does not represent the Jewish people in the way the Jewish people even thought he did. And the Jewish people, most of them are really asleep. Now, at the time Michael, the great prince who stands guards over the sons of people, will arise, there will be a time of distress such as never occurred since there was a nation until that time. And at that time, your people, everyone who is found written in this book, will be rescued. This is from Daniel. I don't know what that has to do with our friend. General Flynn will lead 17 nations' militaries to the biggest legal military coup signed off at The Hague. International Court of Justice will make the global mass arrests. The world will be under U.S. martial law until those who uphold the law have trained in 1776. Every country will be liberated. Those 17 countries that are in the coalition are the USA, Canada, Australia, Russia, Germany, Poland, Netherlands, France, Spain, Croatia, Romania, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Switzerland, and North Korea. These are the 4 beasts in Daniel that will rise out of the ocean. They did not know who they were. This is how quantum Jassara is activated. I don't see how they get 4 beasts, but that's beyond my pay grade. The world cannot swallow the truth. Guardian of the Pope, personal. Not sure what that's about. Trump OTS 120 1320. Why is Adam R so important? Oh, Admiral R, so important. Admiral Rogers. Who wanted him fired? Why? Why wasn't Admiral Rogers replaced by POTUS? When taking office, why is this relevant? Who has the ultimate power to designate classification? Who ultimately sets classification? Why is this relevant? Fantasyland. 17. Why is HRC in New Zealand? Is New Zealand part of Five Eyes? Why is it relevant? Suicide Watch. Mr. T is Batman. That's what they're saying here. Let me just see that. All right, I'll read that. I'm going to read this post later. I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting a little bit sleepy. I think the walking by the water really knocked me out. A 3-hour tour in the Virgin Islands case against J.P. Morgan Chase. The Epstein estate was notified Jane Doe 1 that it has located materials within the Epstein media that may be responsive to the subpoenas. There is a concern that the media might contain some abusive things. So, counsel for USVI, John Doe 1 and Epstein estate, and Judge Radkoff to approve a prosecutor for reviewing this material. A 3-hour tour. Okay. Oh, BB's back in and JB's good graces. I mean, this is all just ridiculous. So let me get this straight. BB causes the biggest uproar and protest in the history of Israel. The people revolt, and now he's back in JB's graces. Let that sink in. All right. And, this is another chance to take a swipe at the Jews. I'm not going to go there. All right. Erwin, what's going on? Yuckadoodle, man. What happened?
While I was driving the car to the vacation, you kids are playing in the way back. Come on, guys.
Are there trees? There are trees in Antarctica, yeah. Pyramids everywhere, even under the ocean. Interesting. Hi, my sunny days. All roads lead to Rome before going to Antarctica, right? I've always loved when someone would pick a guitar and sing. Nice. Should I try? Do you guys want me to try again? I could probably muster up like one song. I'm feeling a bit schluffy, a bit sleepy. But yeah, we did some intel, right? Hadassah Ariel, you pleased? Do I do enough? Let's go to the end here. 9 million in the street, right? We're going to go there together. Butternuts. Son of the Gilligan, where they landed back on the island, yeah? A 3-hour tour. And he sang Intel too, right? Yeah. All right, so maybe I can get off for singing tonight. I'm really kind of tired, so I'll just sing. You love the songs, yeah. If you want to pick one song, I think I'm good for one song. Nice thing it would catch you later. Yeah, we could. Let's see, we had 446. Okay, so we did good. We didn't get a raging number of people, but then again, I forgot to change the title in time. Check your emails for me later. I have some questions, and we are due for a phone chat. Okay, yeah, okay. Music with Sarah. Yeah. That would be nice. That would be nice. Sing the Winds of Jericho. Thank you. That's a good one. Yeah, I'd like to do that because I just updated it a bit. That would be fun. Jericho. Let's do it. I changed it. Let's see, and I tried to get this camera in a position where it would capture some of the guitar playing. Let's see if it worked. Now, okay, go this up. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the guitar, not much, right? I can reposition the camera if you guys have the patience. You want me to do that? Let me. I'm just going to reposition it slightly so you can see the guitar. Oh, so let's see. Let's see. So my friend Jill had a brilliant suggestion that I hadn't thought of. She's really like sort of a person who knows about technology. She's like been involved in real broadcasting, not like me, right? Um, okay, that doesn't make sense because it cuts off my head. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Try that. We'll just keep it up like that, but we'll go up a little bit like this. Okay. She said that eventually, when I get some dough, I could buy a second camera and switch to a second camera position. Oh, still cuts off my head. Oh, but I could go down a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that works. Yeah, we can see a little bit of the guitar, right? Cool. And Jill's also, I mean, we were talking guitars, and I reminded myself that I really do want another Telecaster soon, or someday. Let's see. Let me plug in. Almost there. See if I can adjust this a bit. Okay, see if that works a bit. Okay, is that gonna hang? Is he just gonna survive? Okay, let's see if we can keep it in this position. Get this up a bit. All right, here we go. The 5th of November, dust by my side, past dry gully through the ring of fire. I could see for miles, left the eagles behind. Purple, green, cold metal grind. Winds of Jericho. Winds of Jericho. Faceless maiden, she called out to me, left a silver slipper and a cup of hot tea. She said, never ride in the open to a prophet's grave. Better fill your basket with sky and wave. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho. Wake up time, sleepy ones. Open your eyes to the rising morn. Climb to her window, but don't touch her bed. The promised land is straight ahead. Promised land straight ahead. Promised land is straight ahead. The winds of Jericho, the winds of Jericho, the promised land is straight ahead. Feel the winds of Jericho. The winds of Jericho. So, whatever happens between here and there, man, just remember we got this, okay? Just stay cool through this. I mean, we're coming really into probably the most intense part of this. I mean, I didn't really get to this in the intel, but it seems pretty clear to me. I mean, it just feels like we're heading for something, for some big moves. Just remember who you are. Who are you really? At the end of the day, you're really a piece of godliness. You- I mean, according to Hasidus, God creates creatures and allows them to think that they are separate from Him, but in actuality, there is nothing but godliness. So when you chase it far enough, you'll find that you'll be looking for the self that you thought was you, and you really find that you're just a piece of the God puzzle, man. And yeah, so just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. It's going to be good. We're coming into the promised land. There's no question about it. All right, so have a good night and be still. Yeah, be still and know. And it's not really. You don't have to look outside. It's not far away. That's what the Rebbe says. He says it's not far away. It's very close to you. Your godliness is very close. It's not. In fact, it's not even. It's not. It is you. So it's closer than close better than bad, closer than close, bigger than big. Wasn't there an old cartoon like that? Anyway, so yeah, good night, everyone, and yeah, it's going to be good, man. We're coming to the promised land. It could be a little rocky, but just like I said, remember that you're really when you peel away all the layers of who you think you are, you're really just God itself. There is nothing else, So yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Not that I would understand what any of this means, but I think we kind of understand like the edges of this idea. Okay, God bless. Let's see if I can figure out how to get out again. Seems to be an issue every time. Here we go. It's down here this time. Okay, God bless.